Hello, thanks for joining me, Nancy, with North Star Ministry. It's really late, so it's a late night read. I was going to be reading from the book of Matthew, pick up where we left off, because we're on chapter 8 now, and it's been wonderful. Wonderful day today. It was really lovely. Hope everybody enjoyed their time. Really had a nice dinner yesterday, Easter dinner with my son, and it was pretty good. But now I'm getting back. I did 2 back-to-backs today, so I'm eager to get right back into my workout regimen that I have. I'm picking it up a bit too. I'm doing some of the things that I used to do before, so I feel so much better. Wow, because for a while there, I mean, I was just really enjoying my too much, probably some rich or too many carbohydrates. I love bread. With all that cold weather, I was having like putting bread in the oven all the time. And then I went through all those bagels got into the bagel kick with the smoked salmon and the capers with the cream cheese and the sliced onion and all and tomato. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm done with all of that. All of that for the rest of the year. I'm good. So, when you have something and you have a lot of it, so then you get, that's it. It solves the problem there for a while, for the next big stretch of time. So now I'm in the workout kick to pick up where I left off on my workouts as well. And I'm really glad. It makes a big difference not having a treadmill. I miss my treadmill. It's not the same using it at the gym. It's really not. Because when you have it at your home, you can jump on it anytime and do little spurts here and there and just often and throughout the day. And when you don't have that, it makes a huge difference. It really does. But so I can't wait to get one again, and I'll have my own treadmill once again. Okay, so we are on. And another thing I want to say, because the Lord had let me know, once again, the Lord had let me know, because during this time, I'm good because everything is deflected, right? You stay close to God because of the shift that's going on. So I stay close to God. Through music, I put in the most beautiful, my lovely hymns. It's a compilation that I did a few years back of all of my favorite hymns, and some of the most beautiful music that I collected. And I had a playlist on my old phone before it was stolen. But I created like a CD. And so I was listening to that in my car last night, and it was just beautiful, beautiful music. And that's another way to stay close to God. It brings you back to the cross, all those songs. I put quite a few songs on my YouTube channel before, so there's probably still there if anybody wants to ever go to those. I don't have the best voice in the world, but you do what you can. And okay, and another thing God wanted me to let me know about is that, unfortunately, there's a person out there who was doing a ritual. I was alerted, and it was an emergency. God let me know that it was returned, not to concern, but did want me to expose this because it's part of what I am as a disruptor, as somebody who exposes things done in darkness. And so my light shines on deeds done in darkness. And unfortunately, people in my own family doing stuff towards me. This perhaps was maybe a sister. It began the moment she saw my blessings, my rising. Maybe she was watching my YouTube channel. I don't know. My end, I know I'm shadow banned because it says I have like 1 view, maybe 2. I don't really keep track of that. I never pay attention to that at all because I just put the activity out there. God tells me to answer the call, put it out there, and the rest, God picks up the rest. He takes it from there. So I never pay attention to if anybody leaves comments or I don't even know how to access comments on my YouTube channel, to be honest with you. But she did a ritual. Yeah. It was coached on what to say. Who coached her? Who did you say coached her? Was it was it her husband? No. Are they Masons now? Okay, I didn't know, but I guess they're following that group. She chose darkness. Who is the person that was coaching her on what to say, teaching her how to do a ritual over my picture? Over a picture, can you believe that? Thinking if she could harm my picture, that she could harm my life and my destiny. Isn't that's really evil? We're living in a day where people, they're one way or another. Really, truly, it's true. The masks fall off, people show their true colors, what side of the fence they're really on. They're either of light or they are of darkness. And the darkness in this day is very dark. Okay, but she did a ritual, was coached on what to say by who? This ex-boss that I used to work for. Really? I mean, he'd been doing the most, getting all kinds of people lying. Is he still creating fake pages? No. Is his copycat girlfriend creating fake pages and putting stuff out there about me, but making it sound like it's coming from me? Okay, I want the authorities to know that and look into that. I don't. There's somebody out there making fake pages and pretending to be me out there. Is she still doing that? But there are a lot of fake pages. There are a lot of fake texts making it look like it's me, and it's not. Are they using AI, did you say? Digital technology to try to smear my reputation? They're making like cut and paste. Is it like what they did before? And they're doing it again? Are these Masons, right? But it's a family member doing this. No, it is a copycat person. The girlfriend, Hispanic girlfriend that this ex-boss had, and she had been doing that, using my name. Okay, are these people locked up? No, they're not locked up. Did they get out? Were they ever locked up? Yeah, they got out, I guess. I guess, the authorities, are the authorities working with these people? Are there some corrupt authorities that keep letting these people out? Yeah, corrupt authorities. People that abuse their power, their position in power. Are they still using my name and trying to place it in places of darkness, places that I have never been? They're still using my identity, trying to put my name in places that I have never been. That's what they're still doing. Okay, and this is a collaborated effort between is it a group of people? Quite a few? Yeah. So I want the authorities to know. Yeah, I'm kind of a hermit. I don't go many places. But, these people are, what are they doing? Making charges or using credit cards under my name? Buying things or what? I don't know what they're doing exactly, but anyway, but this person that did a ritual, is that a sister? A sister. A motherly person, right? Okay, wow. I can't believe, it's just amazing. Somebody all your life. Began the moment she saw my blessing, my rising. She got my growth bothered her, and I had been let know that my light irritated her, and my progress. She was very envious of that. I don't know. She felt threatened in some way. Is that right? She saw something in me that she could not control. You have no business controlling me. You get enough on your own plate. You're not perfect. You need to work on yourself. Why would she do that? Her darkness, I render her powerless. She chose darkness. It's just really weird. You know somebody all your life and then they turn like that. She wanted my success to freeze. This is what the Lord had told me. Had revealed to me. She wanted my relationships to break, my finances to become unstable. This sounds altogether like what this ex-boss had wanted for me. So I can already tell he'd been coaching this person to do this. She wanted my confidence to shake and my inner peace to collapse and to drain me of all of my inner strength. Isn't that pathetic? That's really sick. You know, keep my name, if you're listening, keep my name out of your mouth and my picture out of your hands. Taking my picture, speaking negativity over, I don't know what they did with my picture, but uh, did they do black magic on my phone? My device too. Tried to bind my path with her curse. Uh, your own sister doing this to you. Then that's sick. She didn't think I'd ever find out. Yeah, I found out. God tells me everything. I'm awake and aware and filled with light, and light exposes all the deeds done in darkness. And that is my job. That's part of why I'm here on this earth at this time. This is my part of my purpose. I'm in my purpose. I expose things done in darkness. So you did it to the wrong one. But this will all backfire tragically because I'm aware. All right, so it has no effect on me. She did not do this alone. This man guided her, told her what to say over my picture, what to speak over my picture, and gave her items to use in this ritual. They lied to her, making believe she could control my life. So I guess she had an eager desire to have control over my life, my inheritance money. She wanted my path, my destiny. She wanted to block my growth. She sent darkness towards me. Heaven sent it right back. So you're going to be, I hope you enjoy that. Heaven is sending it right back. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. You wished all of that darkness for me, and it's coming all right back to you in full force, tenfold minimum, multiplied, amplified. That's pretty sad. Okay, that's heaven sending it back to you, not me. It all automatically backfires. Okay, but hopefully it will be sent back to dust. You know, it's like I said before in Krav Maga, you know, when you see people attacking you, just try to deflect so that it doesn't hit you. You don't want to hurt anybody, but at the same time, these people, they don't stop. Once they are demonically possessed, they don't stop. That's the sad thing about it. And you got to live your life, you know. I'm not going to be doing, this is part of my purpose, though. This is what I'm here, my mission and mantle, to expose darkness, okay? The devils hate it, but that's too bad. You know, I have authority over all creeping things, creeping deceitful things. I put them under my feet. I don't walk with fear, all right? These people are plotting even as I speak right now. Okay, plotting a whole lot, and they've collaborated for months to try to scapegoat me. They've been busy working with corrupt law officials who also are on the take. It's all exposed. And even if you're a corrupt, was there a district attorney you told me was helping them, was working with people to try to cover up, to steal my ancestral inheritance? I should have received it by now. I should have received it by now. There are people that are holding on to documents and money that belongs to me. And I call it in, it's mine. People missed a deadline. They were supposed to return it to me by a certain time. This ex-boss was supposed to return to me what he had stolen by a certain date, and he passed the date. He did not return it to me. The legal authorities need to forcefully confiscate and retrieve what was stolen, because you cannot expect thieves and liars to return something. They are not honest people, okay? If that's what they were looking for. But yeah, this man gave her, this ex-boss who hates me so badly, he hates women, and my light triggers his demons. So they lied, made her believe that she could control my life through this ritual. But no, it's all backfiring. That's really sad. But truth stands and prevails over lies. I tell people this all the time. Her words will scatter and her plans dissolve. She acted out of jealousy and comparison. This is the thing about when people let things like that fester, they become competitive against other people. I don't compete against anybody. I've never competed with anybody in my life, except in cheerleading, to go up in front of group of people, the judges, you got to do your routine, a drill team. I remember when we tried out for drill team, there was like 45 girls chosen for the drill team for the high school. Out of there were 200 and there were close to 250 kids that tried out for it, So those kinds of things, that you compete in parades. When you're in a parade, you're competing with other schools. It's all about team spirit and school spirit. But other than that, I don't know. I've never competed against anybody. I don't have that jealousy thing in me because I work on myself. When you work on yourself, when you do what we were talking about yesterday, judge not that you be not judged. If you were to judge yourself, then you wouldn't be judged. If you work on yourself, self-reflection, you work on those issues in your life that really bother you, that trigger you, and work through them, face them, admitting them, and then and go deeper, and work on them. Okay, if that helps anybody. But she wanted to absorb my blessings, my inheritance, my glow, my light, my joy, my spiritual gifts. She wanted to take what was meant for me. It doesn't work that way. You can't just take what somebody else works on and is deserving of something. You don't just step in and say, I want that, I deserve that more than she. No, everybody's got their own life path. And, when I've worked on myself in past lives or even this life, whatever it is I have worked on and attained or achieved, it is all together my gift. Okay, it doesn't belong to someone else. And plus, I've been entrusted by my ancestors. There are spiritual assignments attached to this gift. You don't just waltz in and thinking you can steal and take what somebody else has and then call it, oh, I'm doing it for the higher good. No, that's not the higher good. That's theft. It's identity theft. It's fraud. It's embezzlement, it's racketeering, it's grand larceny. You gotten up in my bank account and you drained a bank account that was under my name. You had no right to do that, okay? Because that's fraud and that's theft, identity theft. And that's spiritual identity theft. You touched the wrong one. It's bad. It's really bad. These people are all under judgment. But she wanted my picture to hold the energy of silence. Silence. Isn't that sad? How pathetic. Silence of success. Silence of inner joy. That's what the Holy Spirit had let me know. She wanted my path to freeze. And it was not just her, it was a group that collaborated, that were helping her. It was a cousin also, whose name starts with the letter M. I was told that she also had been spewing out black magic and voodoo. These people are into dark stuff I never knew. I never knew we had any of this going on in our family. It's really sad. Tried to stop my future. These people are in cahoots with somebody from the legal system who is helping them to steal my ancestral inheritance, and it shall not stand. It is not yours. And the legal authorities will make sure that this is all found out, comes out into the public, into the open. People need to be held accountable for their crimes. This is criminal. All right? Made sure something I was supposed to be given, I never received it. Okay, so I want the authorities to know I still am waiting. I have not received a dime of my ancestral inheritance, my trust fund. And so a whole lot of abuse, constant barrage of spell work, death spells, beauty spells, glamour spells, magic to bind me every which way. All of this is reversed. The major spiritual reversal going on right now. It's all collapsed. Tried to bind a chosen soul. Good luck with that one. I'm anointed. You don't do that to one of God's anointed. But that's what, I put it out there because when you're aware, it breaks everything. None of this will come to fruition at all. It's really sad, when people do this. This woman pretended to support me in public, okay? Try to intercept the message that was meant for me. I believe that this is the copycat, who's also back there doing stuff. Jealous woman I once trusted. Okay, so it's my sister. Yeah. Is trying to act innocent. She did everything in her power to block, delay, prevent me from receiving my recognition. And she was very subtle but deliberate, and that is what I have been told. All right, that's very sad, that jealousy thing. Very, very sad, coming from somebody that you loved all your life. So it's heartbreaking. But there you have it. I put it out there. I expose it. All right. You will not get away with stealing what does not belong to you. It is mine. You may not erase my name, take it off documents, and put yours. It doesn't work that way. And I've got all kinds of jealous relatives out there and family members all working together to try to get rid of me so that they can keep what they stole. No, you have to pay it back. You will lose everything. Okay, for lying on my name. Number one, lying on my name constantly. This ex-boss, from what I'm told, he's lost. Everybody knows that he's lied. I mean, it's so blatant. It's in your face. Whether people held him accountable or not, this man does not take accountability for anything he does. He's a coward, a sniveling little coward. I never consider anybody like that at all. Not at all. I mean, these people are blocked, completely blocked. But nobody held him accountable. I guess if they're letting him out of jail, this man needs to get locked up. He poses a violent threat. Okay. And he's a very jealous man, but he doesn't stop with all the, people know he's been lying, but he goes to fresh new people to recruit them and to get them all charged, and lies to them because they don't know any better. He preys on younger people that don't think for themselves, that he offers them money, and it's stolen money. He's doing this with stolen money. This man has been stealing. Make a whole lot of money exploiting innocent people. Why aren't the authorities doing anything about this? I want to know why the authorities are not doing anything about this, and why I have not heard from anybody from the bank. I have not heard from any court-appointed official. I have not heard from any officer, from anyone, any lawyer. Where's the lawyer that has all the evidence, the receipts, the documents, the proof, the literal, tangible, physical evidence? Where is he? Why has he not reached out to me yet? The copycat woman is not me. She has stolen my identity, running around, acting and pretending she's me. And that cannot go on. Somebody needs to do something about it. When all is said and done, a whole lot of people are going to get sued. You're going to get sued. You lose. These people are trying to get rid of me, thinking that they can use corrupt officials. They're also in trouble. They're also exposed and in trouble. No one gets away with any of this. All right? Everybody, this Judgment Day. Everything is seen and recorded. You could try to destroy the evidence if you think you can. No, it's all reserved. Well, everywhere you think there's not an extra copy, oh, there's extra copies. All right? So, okay, so we're going to begin Matthew chapter 8, and I hope everybody had a lovely Easter Sunday. It was really, I'm still thinking about how nice it was to have dinner with my son. Okay, So Matthew chapter 8, when he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. Just ask a question here. All right. And behold, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus saith unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And that's one thing. When I hear something in Scripture, like for instance, no man can grasp me out of the hands of the living God. I believe that completely. So many people trying to, take me away, break my faith. That could never happen. That's an impossibility. Yeah, that's an impossibility. But also, greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. And if God be with you, who can be against you? I believe those verses. They're very true, very impactful. And when they become very real, when God shows up, then this is very, very real. I mean, his word comes alive. It is a living word. It's truly the living word, really. That's why you can never read the Bible too many times, because you may have run across the scripture over and over and over again for years. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, you read it the next time, and then God has opened your understanding, and you completely see the truth for what it is. You see a higher and more profound understanding of that same verse that you've read so many times before. But, you weren't ready to receive that truth before. And that's why, it's when you're ready, then he opens your understanding to receive it. That's how it is with Scripture. Here a little, there a little, precept upon precept, and comparing spiritual things with spiritual. So it takes time. It's an investment in time, but it's all about your soul. Your soul. Oh, I had a thirsty soul. I had such a hungry soul. When I first heard the scriptures for the first time, I remember I was with my friend Roberto, and he had the Bible. He'd been always practicing, studying his English. He's from another country. And so he happened to have Henry Van Dyke, who reads the Bible. There he had some cassettes that he played when we were down at the beach one day. And I was listening, and I thought, what is that? What is that? I've never heard that before. But he was reading from the book of Isaiah, and it was on chapter 55 of the book of Isaiah. Everyone who drinketh, come to the waters, and come buy milk without money and without price. Well, when I heard that, it grabbed hold of my ear, and in such a strong way. I mean, I wanted to hear more. I wanted to hear more and more. And I recognized, I did not even own a Bible at that time, but in my mid-30s, when I got my first Bible, I began reading it all the time, incessantly. I mean, I was always like, during lunchtime, I was working back then, but during lunchtime, I would go to a restaurant, and I would read. If I was in the car, I had the cassettes, I was listening. I was listening closely. I mean, God just grabbed hold of my ear. And I couldn't get enough. And then the stupid cell phones come about, right? And I didn't even want a cell phone. I don't know, something told me it was not good. It was a bad thing, that it was going to take all my attention away. I did not want to have a cell phone. I really fought it for the longest time, and then finally broke down and got one because my kids convinced me that, how are they going to call me, or how am I going to communicate with them? And I thought, okay, I'll get a cell phone. But and now there's so much in this digital age. There's so much distractions on the cell phones, on your devices, and they get paired and they get hacked, and people are all up in your business. It's just I don't think they ever thought that far ahead about all of the detrimental things that would occur after the fact, with given some time. But there's just a whole lot of theft, identity theft, and fraud out there in the world today. It's criminal what they're doing. But and the authorities, everybody today, they have their crossroads. They have their forks in the roads. They have to decide whether they're going to do the right thing or the wrong thing, whether they are going to hold people accountable for their crimes, because they will be judged as well if they don't, because we're in Judgment Day and God is watching. You've got the angels in heaven and God and all the 24 elders watching. What are you going to do at this pivotal moment? You've been given a choice. You're going to do the right thing, or are you going to take bribes, keep your mouth shut because you're afraid to do the right thing? You're too scared to speak up, and you're going to allow the devil to get his way, and you're going to take the money. But guess what? That money becomes cursed money, and you just laid a curse on your family, your children, your job, your career. It will not go well with you, especially if you know that people have been stealing from one of God's anointed. They will answer for that. That money that they steal is cursed, and they bring that curse upon their families, their children, their children's children. You allowed a whole lot of darkness to win in your own lives, in your families. And so everybody winds up on one side of the fence or the other. If you are a man of God with integrity, and if you do the right thing, and you stand up to evil, and you are not afraid, because God didn't give you the spirit of fear. If you're one of God's people, He did not give you the spirit of fear, but He lays a heavy, you have a mantle yourself. You've been entrusted with the public trust to do what is right, what is decent, the right thing to do, okay? Because there's right and there's definitely wrong, all right? So everybody's held accountable, more so in this day than any other, okay? And I'm everybody's mirror. Sorry, that's just my job. That's what God has me doing at this particular time. So if you're going to be doing all this black magic, evil eye, sending death spells and sickness spells, trying to mess with me and my children, doing MK Ultra on my kids, try to give them suicides, but do all the worst that you've been doing, all that backfires right back to you. Your brains will be frazzled. Your brains will be fried. You will receive Alzheimer's and dementia. You will give yourself a heart attack. All that goes right back to you. Doesn't affect us. We're aware of what has been done and going on. I'm highly alerted. So every time you do it, I will expose you, and you will reap what you've sown. It will backfire, multiplied and amplified. That's the tragic thing. Please stop. I've asked before, stop doing what you think you're getting away with. No, you're not. Not at all. Now, think of your children. If there's any love in your heart, think of your kids, your children, your family. Think of your grandchildren, because you're bringing curses upon your whole bloodline, your whole family. That's tragic. All because of a little jealousy that you couldn't work on yourself and get over it, and greed. You weren't happy for your sister? Really? Because God wanted to bless me, you weren't happy? You thought you could steal my blessings? That's pathetic. That's pretty pathetic. Anyway, but it's all out in the open. I'm a very transparent person. I put everything out there. But people that have been slandering, putting false fabricated manufactured clips, taking screenshots and posting sick, lewd, sexual content that's not even me. This copycat that has been pretending to be me and putting pictures, salacious things out there, thinking everybody's going to think that's me. No, nobody I know, no, people know I don't live that life. I've never been a toxic person in all my life. So, and people that know me know that. Yeah, I've never lived a toxic life, but they project their evil life. That's them. They tell on themselves. They tell on themselves. It's really pathetic. These cowardly people. And, but God sees it all. No. Anyway, okay. So it says here, and when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And children of the kingdom, the New Testament corporate churches. All right. Lord, what about all these houses that are not necessarily church structures or building, just regular buildings, just contemporary buildings where people gather and meet? Are those considered corporate churches? They are. Just people gathering in their homes, though, small groups for prayer and Bible studies. That's what is recommended. That's how it was in the early church. In the early church, they gathered together, smaller groups together. Anyway, let's see here. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Lord, tonight is a pivotal night, isn't it? For many believers. So the lukewarmness. So I want to put this out there too as an urgent message. I mean, ask the Lord to search your heart and find whatever it is within you that you need to let go of. Like I've let go of everyone, all past things, all just things that don't serve your purposes, really. And if you have a love for things in this world, maybe bad habits, get rid of the, reflect. Think about all those and release them. Release them. I have gone without television I haven't watched television in years now. I don't have television. I have a little monitor. I do a workout because it's not passive to work out or exercise because you're taking care of your temple. So I go for my walks at the park because that's not passive. That is actually conducive to taking care of your temple, stretching and breathing and reflecting, spending time, stillness time with the Lord in prayer, meditation, okay? And then also working out at the gym, the treadmill, and doing my aquatics that I like to do. That's all taking care of the temple, raising your vibration high, and getting grounded. Okay, so all of those are conducive to maintaining your temple and staying healthy and high vibrational, energetic, and grounded. Okay. And so those are some of my activities, going for my 10,000 step walk at the park also. Um, and just taking in all the and greeting people. So greeting, wherever you are, I engage with people all over the place, wherever I go. Um, but yeah, video games and stuff like that, watching terrible movies. I know when I go see my kids, it's hard because, you can only encourage them and support them to steer clear of a lot of that, but you can't really force it. Sometimes, because some of those things are terribly violent, and there's so many zombie things out there that are so gory, and all those images that you're taking in. If you think about it, that old saying, that cliche, you are what you eat. Well, if you're eating a whole lot of that kind of stuff, you're bringing that into your it becomes part of you know your surrounding, your environment. I mean, it's a terrible thing, really. I can't even watch scary movies anymore. I used to watch all those black and white, those old old black and white ones from a long time ago. um, but the scary movies these days, they're all like really terrible. I mean, those are demon. There's a lot of demons in those things. You don't want to watch that stuff. I mean, it's really not good. But just keep your mind on things above. And if you're single-minded, you're not going to be doing things. You're not going to be loving this world or lusting after the pride of life or the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes. Everything you set your eyes on. Yeah. If, there's things you do. Go get your nails done. You take care of yourself, because that's part of what God wants you to do. Be the best version of your true, authentic self. Honor all the transformation, because when you surrender to God, you're allowing Him. You allow Him to enter in. You invite Him in your heart, okay, and then He starts to do the work of transformation, cleaning out the inside of that cup. Okay, so you could fill it with the new wine, fill it with the fruits of the Spirit Himself, through learning. And but it's a journey, But once you agree to do that, you leave off. You're gonna find that you leave off some of the things you may have enjoyed, like scary. I used to enjoy watching those, but I don't anymore. You just leave it off, and it just goes away. You don't even want to, because the Holy Spirit abides in you. You don't want to grieve the Holy Spirit. Um, but anyway, I still like dancing, though, and I ask the Lord too, because there's dancing in heaven. There's dancing in heaven. Dancing is a mobility, it's movement, and it's energy. It raises the vibration. Dancing is a very healthy thing. In fact, I was looking, and I noticed that a lot of young people are really overweight. Overweight. The obesity thing is off the charts. I mean, it's rare to find a slim person now. But I remember that wasn't the way it was in the 50s. So they're putting all kinds of things in the food, hormones, and it's terrible. So you get a lot of diabetes and illnesses, and people on prescription drugs at such an early age. So, but I'm thinking, there ought to be more dining establishments with dance floors. So for dancing. Dancing goes hand in hand with dining. I never understood why there wouldn't be more dinner dances or dinner dancing establishments. You could have dinner, but also move around. Move around and eliminate the high fructose corn syrup. It's so bad. But there's dancing, definitely, and there's singing. So singing is another thing that raises your vibration very high. I love to sing. But yeah, those two things, dancing and singing. And karaoke is fun. And you can find all kinds of songs to sing with karaoke. It's a fun way to spend time with your friends. Remember our friends from Krav Maga, we would get together, and they always had karaoke. It was fun. That was the first time I ever karaoke'd was with that group of friends. I miss them very much. But God has me set aside for now, because He's been giving me information and showing me things, and just I'm just in obedience. I'm doing his will at this time. Okay, so it says here, and Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. And when Jesus was come into Peter's, and I had asked the Lord too, Lord, was I the cause of any delays or self-sabotaging or blockages of receiving what rightfully belongs to me? No, it's these evil people that had all teamed up together out of jealousy and envy. I'm getting told yes, out of jealousy and envy, and did not. And these are family members who did not want to see, and a couple of jealous cousins, did not want to see me have anything. Very jealous, very bitter over God's favor over my life. They did not like, and I'm not like a person that brags or calls attention to myself at all. I'm not a pick-me bitch. I never have been. I've never been an attention seeker. I'm happy to be not in the limelight. I'm one of these people that I'm good. Being off on my own. Oh, I love it. But see, God is the one that wants me to be out there. He's okay. You've been through preparation now. Now I want you to be seen. So get out there. So now he is scooting me out there and wants me to speak more. So I'm going to be speaking more, and I'm drawing people and calling on people out there that the Lord is impressing upon their hearts to come towards me. And these are people that are like-minded. They are soul tribe members. I'm not calling on ex-employers. Okay, I'm not calling on people from the past that I had to cut off because they were all doing things behind my back, betraying me, and praying on my downfall, and wishing evil, speaking negativity over my name. I'm not talking about them. The past is all left behind and completely blocked and cut off. But with love, light, and peace, I let them all go. That was an old chapter of my life, and that was the past. These people did not have regard for me, and so that's good. I'm good with that. You can not have me around at all for the rest of my life and the rest of yours. Okay, no problem. Same as when my ex-husband told me that he was miserable, unhappy in our marriage. I said, you don't have to tell me twice. If a person tells me that, I appreciate the honesty. I really do. And so the very next day, I went and signed the divorce papers. That's it. Okay, God had been letting me know, because when you're unequally yoked to begin with, and the other person does not share the same love of the Lord that you have, so then it's easy to let someone go, because so they can go live their life, whatever it's worth. But I'm on my path. That's all that matters. God said, you got to let that person go, because some people that are in your life are there to drag you down and to siphon your energy, and you don't even know it. But that was an energy vampire. I was married to a total energy vampire. I don't mean to speak negatively over that person. I have completely forgiven, from the bottom of my heart, forgiven everybody that's wronged me, and I've released them with love, light, and peace. And because, they don't know God. And maybe through this experience, they will realize that there is a higher power, that, their deeds were seen. Even though they didn't want to hear it from me, that's okay. But that doesn't change the fact that it's true. Of course, people learn the hard way, and some people never learn at all, and just have to keep repeating things. But this time, there's no coming back, because we're heading pell-mell towards the culmination of all things. So once that's done, that's it. This is the generation that sees the tail end of time as we know it. Okay. So anyway, it says here, and when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her. And she arose and ministered unto them. When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now, when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus saith unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. Yeah. Sorry, I had to ask a question here. Okay. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side, into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them an herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. Can you imagine? They were trying to tell, they didn't want him there. They wanted him to be gone. Where have I heard that one? Oh boy. Yeah, I remember when we used to go deep sea fishing. It was my dad when he was alive, and my brothers. I have 4 brothers, and my uncles, and we used to go out about 65 miles out of in Oxnard, Channel Islands, and you'd always see maybe there'd be 40 people all together on the boat. We take it way out there, and the water was very cold out there. Here in San Diego, it's a lot warmer. You get different types of fish too. You get like the lingcod, no, not lingcod, but the what do you get? You get warmer climate fish like swordfish, you know. But over there, and it was deep sea fishing, so it was more cod, like lingcod, cow cod, you know, those deep sea water fish. But it was so fun. I mean, we'd really cast down the line. I'd have like 5 hooks on my line and go down, and I'd be bringing up all this fish. But you know what? The next morning, there would be like half, maybe less than half of the people that would show up that would actually come up from the deck, because these boats went out at nighttime the night before, so we'd sleep on the boat and all that rocking. All that rocking. Oh boy, you didn't see everybody the next day. You didn't see them at all, but sometimes they'd come up, but just to toss their over the rail. You saw a lot of that. But I had a system. I would do the Dramamine 2 hours before we left, and then once again in the morning when I would get up with my coffee. And I don't know, the ocean air always gave me such a huge, I would be famished. I was just hungry for everything because it just made you so hungry. That fresh ocean air, breathing it in, it just, I'd get so hungry. And so I'd be in the mess hall. They'd be making me a big egg sandwich with lots of mayonnaise. People throw up, even worse. Than just watching me eat this mayonnaise kind of dripping along the side. Those were fun days though, but I always caught my limit. I tell you, I always caught my limit on those trips. I'd bring in 4 or 5 fish at a time, and I'd have so much fun with that. So I went on numerous trips. Um, and then I would chop it all. I'd make a lot of sushi with it at home. I'd make a big soup, with fish stock and tempura fish as well. So I really enjoyed that. It was good. But anyway, I know I began to say something. Oh, something about one time it was real choppy out there. I was out there with my brother. The boat was just really super choppy. I remember concentrating on the waves and just staring out at the waves and mentally speaking to calm the storm. And it all of a sudden got still for a moment. My brother freaked out. He did. Because it was like all of a sudden, it just like went calm. And he looked at me because I was really concentrating on that. Water went calm. Boy. But anyway, I don't know why that just came to mind. Yeah. So this is chapter 9. Oh, we almost went into an hour, the 56 minutes. So I'm going to leave it here, and we'll pick up chapter 9 tomorrow, the book of Matthew. Okay, everybody, have a really good night. This was a late night read, and I'm really tired now, so I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, God bless you all. Have a really good night. Nighty-night.